Hey, Amy from the blog, lostfamilylife.com, and today I thought I'd give you a little quarter-acre fall tour / sad story. So, if you have been following along, we bought a house a couple years ago, about 2 years ago now, and we have started creating it into our little own mini homestead in the city. So, I'll give you a little tour. All right, so we have our chicken coop. So a little sad story. The other day I came out here and noticed that our food was tipped over. And so it kind of got me thinking like, I wonder if we have a raccoon problem or something. And didn't really do anything about it, which is my fault. But I was thinking maybe we have a raccoon or maybe one of the chickens just kind of dumped it over. Well, this morning I came out and I kept only counting 8 chickens. And then I saw these logs and my heart sank a little bit. And unfortunately we lost a chicken. So technically our second chicken we lost. The last one we lost, we were on vacation, and the person that was staying here tried to nurse our other chicken back to health, and it didn't work, and she ended up dying, which is sad. But so we lost a chicken last night to a raccoon, and I'm really sad. But so now we have to take extra precautions because since we don't really have to deal with wild animals very often. Oh, this is our one sad chicken. Yeah, you have a deformed beak. I don't know why. Since we don't have to deal with wild animals, you know, having a coop in the city is like not that big a deal, and so we don't really like close the door. So now we're gonna have to build like a really good door or something because we don't want to lose any other ones, huh? Right, Stormy? All right, I'm gonna show you guys the garden. This year our grapes did awful. Not really sure why, but they did terrible, and we really didn't get that much. The kids would just come back here and pick all the grapes off and just eat them. One of our plums produced a decent amount, pretty small plums, but it was only its second year, so it's not that bad. And then this is my pathetic garden. So I had planted so many wildflowers because we have a lot of shade back here, so it's not super ideal for like growing vegetables. And so we grew a few vegetables, few herbs. I tried to grow a bunch of flowers, tried to grow lettuce, which did really well last year. And we got some tomatoes this year. I planted like a whole bed of zinnias. We got like this many out of the 2 beds I planted. And look at, we almost got a bud. Look at that. We almost got one to bloom. Is that not so sad? The one thing that did do really well this year was our peas, which I've already taken down. And look at, there's the other whole bed of wildflowers and zinnias. And this was my bed of lettuce. It did so well, can you tell? Just kidding, it did awful. But lesson learned, we ended up doing a CSA this year because we knew that our yard's really super shaded, and so it was not going to get a lot of sun, and our growing ability is just not good here. So, which makes me really sad because I didn't realize that when we bought our house. But we did a CSA, which we really enjoyed, and we are planning on doing bees in the spring, as long as I totally can convince my husband. But we are planning to do bees over in this area. One thing to note is if you are in the city and you have to worry about like zoning laws and all that stuff, is check in for bees. Same with insurance, because our city allows bees, but you have to make sure your homeowner's insurance also allows bees. So my husband checked into that, and we are allowed to have bees as long as we don't sell our honey. So we can make our own honey for ourselves, we can give it away, but we can't sell it because that would need a different insurance license. And so it's good to know to check into all of the different things that you need to make sure you're doing it legally, because you don't want to get in trouble for having bees. Yeah. So another thing we did that did help with the sunlight a little bit, but it helped, we did this kind of later in the year, was we had a big plum tree that did not produce, and it was pretty much all up here, so it would block some of the sun that would come in from over here. Although you can tell it's like super shaded. Look at that. But that did help with the sunlight. It also, we had an ant problem, and so it also took care of the ant problem when we got rid of that tree, because they were climbing the tree onto our roof. That is pretty much it for our little update today. Basically, our yard sucks for growing things. Maybe it's me, I don't know. Here's our little grapevine. And still no goats. Still hoping maybe next year we'll get our goats, but it's just been kind of crazy here with everything going on. So no goats yet, but maybe we can convince some people to get them. What are you doing? That's what we got instead of goats. Huh. But for now, chickens are a good little step. And just making sure we're learning all the homesteading things we need to while we don't have all the homesteading stuff on our plate. So baking bread and learning to can and doing all those things is still homesteading even if you don't have a homestead. Thank you so much for stopping by Blossoming Life YouTube channel. We share DIY projects, simple recipes, and natural living tips and products. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share with your friends, and let me know if you've ever had a raccoon problem and how to deal with it. Besides actually putting a door on our coop that is strong enough to keep a raccoon out. Yeah. Thanks so much for stopping by. Since first filming that, we have built a really strong door and secured our coop, and I will say that we have not had any more raccoons since. If you do have any more tips, leave them in the comments because who knows, one may still come back.